Okay, so I have a small stack of checks here, and I've got my cell phone set up on this stand. It's actually a selfie stick with feet on it, and I'll be mirroring it to this computer, which I have the capability of displaying on the stream. So that's what we're going to start doing. Let's see how this camera view looks. So here you get to see the phone too, but you don't get to see that computer. So I'm going to wake this phone up, and I have to tell it to mirror, to start screen mirroring again, and I can pick which computer I want to mirror to. And now it's showing up on my computer number 2. So there it is. I'll press the home button on my phone a couple times to get all the way back to my home screen. So now there's a Union Bank icon. Let's see, I think I can point to that. Yeah, I can point to that with the computer mouse. I can't click on it. It's the Union Bank icon because I don't actually have remote control of that phone. It's just a viewing. So I can touch the icon on the phone. And I'm not going to keep bouncing back and forth to show you this. Once you get the idea of how I'm displaying this on the screen, then that'll be good enough. So launching the Union Bank app, and it allows me to do a touch ID. So I just put my finger on the start button, recognizes my fingerprint. Took me quite a while to get that working right. It doesn't work with my left hand forefinger. I have to use my right hand forefinger, and I am left-handed. So then that brings me into my checking account, 2 checking accounts. One's personal account, one's the business account. Then I touch down on the bottom of that screen right here, check deposit. So I'll touch that on the phone. And this gives me a screen where I can type in the amount of the check. So I'll touch on that amount. Oh, well, first I got to choose the account. So I'll touch on that, and then choose the business account, and then touch on the amount field and punch in the amount. Don't do a decimal point for this. Just type the numbers, the last 2 numbers. It understands to be the cents. Okay. Then I touch done. Now it's ready for me to take a picture of the check. So this is showing my desktop surface right here. I'm going to put the check down there in a moment. I need to turn the phone a little bit so that leg's not in the way. Then I'm going to go to a different view that does a blur of the check because I don't need to show the private details of my client. Let's see, does that have the blur or not? I'm going to check to make sure that has the blur. I'm going to put in a sheet of paper. Yeah, that's blurred. So then I'll put the check down here, and I'm looking at my computer screen in order to position the check. And then I touch that blue button on the phone. That takes a picture of the front of the check. And then I touch that green button which says use. You can't make that out right now. You know what? I wonder if I can fix that blur. Can I? No, not from that screen. I can't. So I'll touch use. And then it asks me for the back of the check. So what it's saying right there, and let's see, I might as well show you that. Do it this way. Yeah. it tells me don't forget to sign the check and write for mobile deposit only to Union Bank. Now I'll go back to the blurred version. So now I'm going to stamp the check. That's my endorsement. Now I've found sometimes I have to actually sign it because it doesn't recognize the stamp. Then let's see. Okay, so I'll touch that blue next button, and that takes me to the image for the check. And let's see, I'm going to pull it away from that tripod leg, and then touch the blue button, and then touch the green Use button. And it's evaluating it right now. So it says could not find endorsement on the back of the check. So I'm going to go ahead and sign it. Since it's made out to my business name, I actually sign it with my business name, Computer Age Consulting. And then I'll touch that red X. You can't really make that out as the X. It's kind of in the lower right area of your screen right now. And then it's asking me for the back again. So I'll touch the next button, and then it gives me the opportunity to position the check. Then I'll touch the blue button, and then touch the green Use button. It's evaluating the check, and there it gave me green check marks on the right hand side, so it has accepted that. Now my habit is to put a check mark. The back of the check has a check box, and it wants a check mark for remote deposit, and then I also write the date on the back of the check, and that's how I know that I actually have done the mobile deposit and that check is ready to enter into my accounting software. Now the bottom right corner of the screen has a confirm button, and I'll touch that. So that confirms that deposit, and it shows deposit submitted. I have another view of that also has stuff grayed out. So it has a confirmation number at the top left. That first blurred item on the top left is a confirmation number, and you are seeing the last few digits of it. Then deposit to, and it shows the name of the account, then the amount field and the date of the deposit, then the routing number and the account number of the check. And of course I'm not going to display those. Then there's an OK button. I touch that. Then it goes on to do another deposit. So I'm going to touch the Choose Account field and then choose my business account. And then on the top half of that screen, you know what, I'm going to display that to you clear because there's nothing private there. The top part of that is asking for the front of the check, and the bottom part is asking for the back of the check. So I touch front of check. Whoops, wait a minute. First I got to put in the amount for the next check. So I'll touch the amount field and then type in the amount, 117728. And then just above the numeric keypad on the right hand side is the word done. So I'll touch that. Now it's asking for the front of check. So I'm going to touch the front of check field, and then that shows the desktop surface. Now I don't have the blurred thing on yet, so you can read something I put down there. So I'm going to switch back to that blurred view. Let's see, we could do it Yeah, this way doesn't work. We need this orientation. Position the check. Touch that blue button to take the picture. Then the green button to say that I want to use it. And then it tells me on the back side to endorse it. And I'll display that screen for you again. It's indicating for me to endorse it. I'm going to try the endorsement stamp again. Of course, even if I wind up signing it, I'm still going to do the endorsement stamp because it has the account number that I want to deposit to. So I'll press that green next button, blue next button. And then press the blue button to take the picture. And then the green use button to use that picture. And then it's evaluating it to see if it can read it. And again, it says the endorsement not found. So I'm going to sign that. I'm not putting the date or that check mark yet because I don't want to do that until I have successfully completed the deposit. Press the next button and then position the check and take the picture with the blue button. Then the green use button, and it's evaluating that. It's interesting, sometimes it accepts the endorsement stamp okay. So far, it never has rejected my handwritten signature of my company name. It has rejected before a handwritten check. I've had, when somebody handwrites a check, I've had that work and I've had it fail. The failure was when it didn't think the numeric dollar amount matched the handwritten dollar amount. And that person's signature just wasn't very clear. So that one I wound up having to deposit old-fashioned way at the bank. So then I'll touch the confirm button. And I'll put the date and that check mark on the back of the check. And today is 7/23/20. Then let's go show you this screen, which shows you a little bit more information on there without it being blurred out. Now I'm going to show you a check without blurring to show the back side of the check with that oops, I shouldn't have done that. Then I'll press the OK button. And let's see, okay, I'm going to do this way. I'll choose an account. I'm not actually going to do this deposit, so I'm going to put in a phony dollar amount and select done. And I'm going to show the back of the check, let's see, and then touch next. And let's see, I can show you the way this looks without the blurring, because I wanted to show this checkbox right here. There's a checkbox right here and kind of a light gray print. It says check here after mobile deposit or remote deposit. And then down here, there's a line that's titled date. So that's what I've been doing there. Some checks don't have that. And I just, when they don't have that, I just do it anyway, because I know that that's the process I've been doing. So I'm going to touch the X in the upper left corner of this image screen, because I'm going to abort that. I've never tried doing that. It's not closing. There it did. Just finally had to get it right. So then I'll touch the reset button in the bottom left area of that image. Reset deposit, yes. And I actually am going to cancel out of the deposit, go back to the account list. And then I'll go back to my home screen. And that'll do it. So I haven't had anybody call in for this support session. They haven't called in on the phone. They haven't come into the Zoom meeting. I'm going to switch over to the Zoom meeting and be sure there's nobody there, but it should have rung a bell if anyone came in. And yeah, that's the Zoom meeting screen. It only shows me. So there's nobody there. Back to my main camera. So I'm going to call this a wrap. And we're still waiting to get people coming in. So I can provide computer support for free to anyone who you can send me an email, or you can come in on the Zoom session, or you can call the phone number. So the sessions that I'm doing are going to be Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Today is Thursday, and at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're in a different time zone, you're just going to have to figure out what that is. You can ask Siri or Alexa. You know what? Maybe I'll demonstrate that. Let's see. How about if I say, I'll ask about Mountain Time, Atlantic, what do they call it? Oh, Eastern. Okay, what is Eastern Time? Hey Siri, what time is it in Eastern Time right now?
Franklin Village, Los Angeles. It's 6:19 p.m.
Well, Los Angeles isn't East Coast time, so let's try Eastern Standard Time. Hey Siri, what time is it Eastern Standard Time?
It's 6:19 p.m.
No, it's not. That's the time here, Pacific time. Hey Siri, convert Pacific time to Eastern time.
The answer is 9 hours, 20 minutes, and 5 seconds p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Thursday, July 23rd, 2020.
There's 9:20 p.m. Okay, different ways you could say that. Siri and Alexa can do this, and I guess I didn't quite do the right way, the right way for that, the first try. But anyway, so it's 6 p.m. Pacific time. We're in Pacific Daylight Time right now. So when we get to Standard Time, then the time shift will be different for some time zones. So let's see. Oh, the phone number and the email address I need to give you. Here's the email address, DougBetts@LiveWindowsTraining.com. And the phone number is 559-500-3498. Again, that's 559-500-3498. Now, technically, that's a Skype number. You don't have to use Skype to place the call. Just pick up a phone and dial the number. It'll come in on my cell phone, and I'll answer it there as a voice call. You can come in on the Zoom session, and the session ID is the same as that phone number. The session ID is 559-500-3498. And the passcode for that meeting is 55555. Okay, 6 5s. So it's easy to get to that. If you're at all familiar with Zoom, you should be able to do that. If you're on a computer, you can go to the website of zoom.us and enter those credentials, and you'll be able to have a session with me, ask any Windows-based computer questions you might have. Now, I do Macintosh also. That's my iMac there, but my expertise is really in the area of Windows for standalone computers and networks, small business, for your accounting software, Microsoft Word, Outlook, email, scam emails, internet browsing, ways to make your computer speed up, to figure out why your computer is slow. We can deal with that. And I have the capability to connect remote to your computer if that's helpful for the session. So this is a free service. Now, of course, anytime on the internet if the product is free, then you are the product. And that's true here. And the way that's true is that you will be helping me create a video that will be helpful to other people who watch the video so that they can learn whatever subject matter that I'm working with you on. So I think that'll be a wrap. I hope this is useful to you, and I hope to connect with you in a future session. Catch you later. Bye.